Hi, how are you? I wanted to just check in and see how everybody's doing and how the week is going so far. I am loading everything for week 6, and I know some of you are like all done with everything else, and some of you are still catching up. I know it's hard because some of us are having trouble with our computers and getting used to our work schedules combined with the school schedule. So I just want you to know that I'm excited to be a professor this quarter and that I want to be very accommodating. And I know that, life happens. Some of you, have been a little sick and you have had other people in the family sick. And, you have moved and you have, had just regular life stuff happening. So I get it. And here at home too, just regular things going on. For me and my family, my daughter was sick for about 3 weeks here as well. Now she's doing a little better. And just know that you have my support as well. I want to talk to you about some of the questions you've been asking me so that you don't have any doubts. Okay, so I posted a few days ago this schedule for our presentation. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. I think I put it under announcements for you, a presentation schedule that looks like this. And as you can see, I posted the chapter numbers right here, as you can see, and then the weeks. So right now we're in week 6, chapter 3. So Elizabeth right now is preparing chapter 3 presentation for us. And I'm gonna be loading that, and she's also preparing a little activity that goes with that for weeks 4 and 5. So Teresa and Lorena prepared something like a Padlet, something like that, to go with the chapter, just for comprehension and kind of engagement. All right, you can prepare something along those lines, or you can do something slightly different, whatever way you would like to do that. All right, it's kind of open and it's supposed to be something engaging and exciting. Okay, it doesn't have to be the same, it doesn't have to be a Padlet. You can come up with different ideas. It can be something more hands-on. Could be the class could create, for example, a foldables. Foldable can be something more like paper pencil, if you would like. Okay, as well. Also, there was a question that I received by email. The question was, okay, so Angela, the question is, if I present, for example, I'm presenting week 7 and I'm assigned chapter 4. Do I have to do the outline and inquiry questions for that week? So for chapter 4, if I'm doing the presentation for that chapter, the answer is yes. So it wouldn't be very cool, or it would be kind of weird actually. If I said, no, skip that, you would have every single chapter of that book outlined and questions for every single chapter of that book, except for the one that you presented. You'd have notes for every single chapter in every topic, except for that particular chapter that you are the expert in. So I think it's nice to have notes for every single chapter and questions for every single chapter. Now, the question that you might be asking yourself, do I have to answer? I'm going to on week 2, I posted the example and the template. So the template is blank so that you can type in. You've been using that, you know. So I'm going to go to the example right here. Do I have to answer my own inquiry questions? The answer is no. The idea of the inquiry questions is just to pose questions about the content. It's for you to create questions that you could possibly answer. But I would like us to create a bank of questions that we could use for discussion later on, either in a week or so, use to create a discussion, or at the end of the course that we can ask each other and answer the questions in a form of quiz or review. Okay, so ask questions that you would either have to go back to the text and look, but not necessarily. I want you to think of questions that you would be like, oh my goodness, like I really have to think about this answer. Like, what's my opinion on this topic? Or, um, you know, what do I really think about this? Like, what is my school doing about that? Or what is my community doing about this particular issue about assessment? So this is the kind of idea that I want you to promote in your head, okay, about assessment in this case. So I just kind of wanted to clarify that. Okay. I'm gonna go over it real quick. I'm gonna go back to our modules. I'm gonna go over the syllabus real quick. So I want you to focus on the things that you see weekly, okay? If you don't see me messaging you about a particular activity, don't worry about doing it. If there's no explanation or anything else, you don't need to email me about that or question me about that, okay? Don't worry about it. I will never be messaging you or asking you to do something that I have not explained or clarified about, okay? So an example, I had created an assignment that said, 1,000 points for a final project, and it was posted this week. In fact, I had created that assignment to show one of our instructors at CBC as an example on how to create that. And we finished our Zoom meeting, and I forgot to delete that. And I know that some of you saw it probably, and it just stayed there. And so I apologize for that. But just know that I would never request you to do something like that without having an explanation, directions, or some sort of like, oh, this is what I want you to do. Uh, Please don't ever think that I would expect you to create something out of the blue, out of nowhere, without telling you what it is. All right, so just so you know. So I apologize for that. I deleted that, and it's no longer there. So some things to think about for the assessment class. So here is the syllabus. I want you to always go and look at the syllabus, all right? If there's any changes, I'll always upload the new version. You just kind of look at like revised. If there's a new revised version, I'll put number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll let you know if there's any new versions, but so far so good. I'll be looking at class participation, so make sure that you are doing discussions, okay? You're participating, you're talking to each other, you're there for each other. I love how you've been supporting each other throughout the week, and you've been just adding to the discussions and adding links and really like praising, like, oh, I really like how you did this presentation this way, that way. I love that. I think that's how educators should be. You should be lifting each other up, because we only have each other, right? I think that's wonderful. Attendance, so turning in your assignments on time is important. Being present when we are doing Zoom. And remember, when we do Zoom, I'll let you know in advance, of course. Make sure that you are present, okay? That you are stationary, that you're in one spot, that you are at home or in an office, or you are in a library, because we're talking about things, we're discussing things, and you're not emailing me about questions that I answered when we were on Zoom. It's really important that you have that time to be able to focus, okay? And then do those discussions for me, weekly, be participating. The presentation, the personal presentation on Zoom, like that recording, make sure that you get that done. If you need a new computer, if your computer is not working, CBC has computers in the library, and I know that we're getting new computers also for the education program. We got some money left over from a grant, and so there will be more computers being delivered in the building. You can contact Valerie Ispuro, our secretary, V. Ispuro at columbiabasin.edu. You can email her, see if she has any computers there that you can borrow. so you can do your assignments, because sometimes it's just hard. I know how it is. You know, it might be also that you might need internet too. I know they have the hotspots that you might need to use, and that helps. Okay, make sure that your computer is charged when you're doing your assignments, when you're doing, you know, our Zoom meetings too, and when we do meet, so that you don't get disconnected. Be there the whole time. Be present. Okay, be listening. Be participating. Okay, it's very important. Then you have the inquiry questions and chapter outlines as part of your grade. So for all the chapters, you have one outline and one, and then the chapter and the inquiry questions, the 2 questions you have to create. And then you also have the chapter activity that you're going to create when you present that particular chapter. And then that Zoom recording that you're presenting for the particular chapter that you got assigned. Okay, so you guys are doing amazing with the chapter presentations. I cannot tell you enough how proud I am of those presentations. I am so impressed, like just absolutely impressed with your ability to deliver a lesson like so well. You are so advanced. I don't think you understand how amazing you are at this point. For the beginning of a bachelor's degree, I'm in awe with your talent. So believe in yourself and know that you're doing amazing things. Just try to refine the little details, okay? And talk to me. If you need anything, if you need something from me, let me know, okay? I'm available. You can let me know, Angela, can I talk to you over the phone? Angela, can we Zoom? Let me know when you need to talk to me, and I'm here for you. Okay, so thank you for watching. I hope that you watched until the end right now. And make sure that you're looking at the calendar, okay? If I forgot something, let me know. You can email me, but use that Ask3 before me. Have you all connected through text message? Have you thought about that? That would be cool. So you can message each other. Message me on Remind too. That's awesome. Message me on Remind. Okay, I've been messaging with a few of you, and we can do that. That would be great. Okay, that I see that faster than email most of the time. Okay, you got this. You got this. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you guys pretty soon. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye. Have a great one. Thank you for watching.